Once I began understanding that my list of things to do was going to guide my success and credibility as an entrepreneur, I realized that it's not just a piece of paper or a stack of lists. It's a system. And once I trained myself to master that system, it changed my life and catapulted my income.
You an entrepreneur, I got what you need.
Hey there, my loves. Welcome back to CPTV, the place for aspiring and growing entrepreneurs who want to turn their passions into businesses and their businesses into 6- and 7-figure empires. Does that sound like you? Then you are going to want to come on in, take a look around, and subscribe, because every single Tuesday I am giving you the strategies and the step-by-step actionable training for you to implement immediately in your business and get that clarity that you need to get to that level of entrepreneurial freedom that you deserve and desire. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button and click that bell so that you don't miss any of it. And of course, if you like it, then show me, because I'm all about actions. Smash that like button. Today, I am discussing a major frustration that I hear all the time, really from entrepreneurs at all levels of growth in their businesses, whether they're just starting out or whether they're trying to get to that next revenue goal. One of the trickiest things to navigate is how to really get things done and not just talk about getting it done. Trying to get things done is not the focus, because honey, we both know that as long as you keep saying you're trying, you'll always be trying and never accomplishing. And yes, getting things done is tied to your level of organization, your ability to manage your time, and how well you do those things. And I've actually done a whole nother video on time management where I share CP's 3 P's of time management success. So I'm going to link to that right now, right here. But in this video, I really want to break down the 3 P's even further and walk you through my step-by-step process on how I do CP's 3 P's. So let me do a quick recap in case you haven't had a chance to watch that video. But I do suggest that you may want to go back and watch it first and then come back here so it can all tie together for you. The CP's 3 P's are plan, prioritize, and produce. Well, a major component to do all of the P's is your to-do list, because it is critical in planning, in being able to prioritize, and being able to actually get things done. So I'm about to show you how to do your to-do list. Let's get to work. Step number 1, train yourself to track it. Yes, I said train yourself, because most of us are not born with the natural ability to organize and successfully keep track of every little thing that's going on. Only in our heads, specifically. It is a skill that you learn over time by training yourself to properly keep track by writing things down. This requires a ton of discipline, but once you commit to doing it for a minimum of 30 days, it will become a lifetime habit and skill that you will be able to do and get more done than you've ever thought possible in your life, and not look like a fool because you forget things, miss deadlines, or become extremely overwhelmed and shut down. And while you're training yourself to track it, there are some basic do's and don'ts. So let's talk about what not to do. Do not keep track of all of your tasks all over the place. Why? Because in essence, when you are trying to keep track of tasks on sticky notes, on slips of paper, on the backs of envelopes, on napkins, and worst of all, keeping them in your brain, you are creating a foundation of disorganization. And you've also added an additional task to your list, because now you have to remember to look everywhere to figure out exactly what it is that you have to do. thus forgetting things. It just makes no sense. Why are you even writing it down if you'll never really be able to keep track of where it is? So please stop the madness. Discipline yourself to go to one centralized location so that you can create a solid, organized foundation. Also, do not think that you will just remember. Yes, even if you have the mind of a steel trap.
Got a mind like a steel trap.
Yeah, okay. You have to admit, I'm sure there are things that you have forgotten at some point or another. As a matter of fact, you need to just assume that's going to be the case in order to cover your ass. It's crazy to me when I have conversations with people and we actually talk about different things that we may have to do. And I will say, aren't you going to write that down? And then they're like, no, it's in my brain. I can remember. And then it becomes my responsibility to follow up with what they were supposed to do, because I'm the only one who knows it's supposed to be done, because I'm the only one who actually remembered that it was supposed to be done, because I'm the only one who wrote it down. Look, you may have an amazing memory. I mean, rock solid. I mean, something to admire. But the more tasks that become a part of your list as you become an entrepreneur and as you grow as an entrepreneur, and trust me, there will be a lot of random tasks, it will become physically impossible for you to remember everything. Did you know that studies show that people forget 50% of the new information that they've acquired within 1 hour of receiving it? And we forget 75% of new information within 24 hours of receiving it. So stop the madness. Just write it down. You don't get an award for trying to remember. Now, let's talk about your do's when training yourself to keep track. Do keep track of all your lists in one place. I have my entire career kept a things to-do list. I'm actually going to give you a template of that to-do list. So right below, grab it, because I have loved it for years. I used to literally print out 30 sheets and staple them together, and it became my BFF. Okay. And it sat right inside of my portfolio, which actually went everywhere with me. And every single time I had something to do, I would jot it right down on that to-do list. And I mean everything, business things and personal things. If it all of a sudden hit me one day that I have to call a caterer for a party, I write down call caterer for party. If I happen to talk to my dad on the phone and he asks me to call and schedule him a doctor's appointment, I write down schedule dad's doctor's appointment. And it actually allows me to sleep better at night because I don't have all of those racing thoughts that I'm trying to remember in my head keeping me up. I knew that they were safely tucked away on my list. Well, I still use that same to-do list. I just don't print it out 30 sheets anymore. I use my Remarkable, which is an amazing tool. And this isn't sponsored. I love it. And I write everything on that list and I check it off as I get it done. Do always have it with you. My to-do list stays with me. It goes to every meeting. It sits next to my bed at night. So anytime something comes up that created a task in my mind, I am able to immediately transfer it out of my brain and onto my list. It is so critical to staying organized and being able to keep all of your tasks in one place. Also, do streamline how you will track tasks that come to you on the fly. I recommend that you focus on email and text. And what am I referring to? Well, there are going to be times where you will receive tasks and you may not have your list handy. Like if you're at a networking event or if you're out having drinks or dinner with clients or colleagues. It happens all the time. You will meet people out and the conversation will begin about what you do. And eventually, both of you realize that you might be able to do some work together. Instantly, you think in your mind, I need to follow up with this person. I need to shoot this person an email message. Or that person may even ask you for something or request something that you know you have to give to them because it is going to seal the deal. Well, if you're sitting at the bar having a glass of wine, you can't pull out your laptop. And even if you can, don't, because that is really weird, okay? But make it a point to either email yourself that task with your phone or text yourself that task immediately. Let me show you. Oh yeah, absolutely. You know what? I can get that right over to you. Give me a second. Let me send myself a quick reminder. See how easy that was? Now, don't worry. I'm going to show you how to gather all these tasks up shortly. But again, don't convince yourself that you're just going to remember. Create a habit and a skill for yourself. Everyone who knows me knows that if they ask me to do something on the fly, my response will typically be, shoot me an email message or shoot me a text message. That way, all of my impromptu tasks that come to me on a day-to-day basis will either show up in my text messages or my emails. I've made a note so that when I am with my list, I can write them down. So again, you absolutely must commit yourself to training yourself to track it. Keep it all in one place. Always have your list with you. Commit to writing everything on that list and streamline how you will track tasks when you don't have your list. Trust me, it will change the way you get stuff done and the stress levels that go along with it. Step number 2, gather your tasks. Now, this is crucially important because again, from the previous step, you may have some tasks that are lingering in emails or texts or various softwares. So I have the practice of spending a little bit of time every single day updating my to-do list and gathering additional tasks to add. When I say gather, I mean I pull them out of the various places that they are sitting and I add them to my one-stop shop, my list. And that ensures that my list is complete. And once it's complete, I can begin to prioritize and get things done one by one, knowing that everything I have coming up that's due is right in front of me. I can focus on that one place and that one roadmap that will guide the work that I do every day. So where do I gather my tasks from? Well, typically I start with looking at my calendar. My calendar dictates all of my appointments and all of my upcoming meetings, almost my entire life, personal and professional. By seeing those on my calendar, I know that there could potentially be work that I have to get done in order to prepare for those appointments and those meetings. So I look at my calendar, usually a week or 2 out, paying attention to the meetings and the appointments. And based upon what those meetings and those appointments are, I will add tasks to my list. For example, in looking at my calendar, in about 10 days, I am a panelist on an upcoming webinar. Because of that, I will add to my list, prepare for ABC webinar. And if I see a personal appointment on my calendar, for instance, that says Nia has cheerleading practice, I will also add to my schedule and my list Nia's sports physical and email coach the results. Because that practice appointment in my calendar has triggered the reminder that she has to have her physical completed and it must be emailed to her coach before practice. So the appointment triggered the task and the deadline. Obviously, I have to make sure she gets it done before the practice. So when I'm adding the task to my list, schedule her physical and get the results to her coach, I'm putting the task and the due date right on my list. The second place that I look to gather my tasks are my emails, my text messages, and Asana, my project management software. Why do I go there? Because remember our streamlined process for impromptu tasks from step number 1? You emailing or texting yourself impromptu things? Well, now is when I'm taking all of those reminders, all of those emails, all of those text messages, and I'm adding them to my list. Not to mention the additional tasks that may come from your emails, whether they're from clients or colleagues or different things that your staff has actually sent over to you. Emails hold a lot of things to do, which is why I definitely focus on gathering those items out of the emails. I pull them out and I put them on my one place of storage, right? Great. And the third place that I pull in order to gather my tasks are from any strategies and plans. Typically, my plans also include a rollout calendar and action items. And those plans may not have imminent deadlines like some of the items on my list otherwise, but they are still things that need to be done. So I make sure that my list includes any kind of tasks related to a project or a campaign that we've created in my business. I gather all of those things up. I write them all down. And if they're more long-term, they don't necessarily get a deadline, but they're there. They're where they are supposed to be, that I need to keep track of them in one place that we're training ourselves to use. Remember? This is a very important step in organizing your list and maintaining that foundation of organization that you created in step 1. Once you create this habit, the gathering step doesn't really take very long, because from day to day, you're only really going to be gathering new things. So it's a quick skim email, skim text, skim software, and update. And step 3 in how I do my to-do list is I review it daily. So at the beginning of every day, I begin with a list review and update. I simply pull out my list, start going through my stuff, and focus my attention on all of the tasks that do not have a check mark. Right. Meaning they're not complete. They still need to be done. And as I'm looking at these tasks, I'm doing 2 primary things. I am picking my must-do items for the day based upon my deadlines and my calendar, and always putting customer needs first. And I'm also prioritizing my scheduled to-dos for the day. Those are the tasks that I must accomplish based upon the blocks of time that I have designated to do them in as they are scheduled in my calendar. So my review time is really focused around identifying my true focus for the day and my priorities. And at that point, it's just a matter of committing myself and having the discipline to get those things checked off. And trust me, I check them off in a big way with a big black marker, and it feels amazing every single time. No, I'm not trying to skip over the whole time block thing that I just mentioned. That is also a part of my daily review. I look at my tasks and check it against my calendar to make sure that I've got time blocked off to take care of those tasks and meet my deadlines, especially the ones that are going to take me more time to do, not like responding to emails type of things. I actually schedule when I'm going to get these tasks done, but that's not what today's video is about. Today is about getting organized enough to do all of that and really focusing around a process of having an effective to-do list. Because let's keep it real. Having a list means nothing if you don't empower yourself to actually get the stuff done. And if the feeling of getting things done is completely overwhelming for you, I bet it's tied to the fact that you're too disorganized to even know what you've got to get done. Remember, your brain will follow your energy. If you feed it organized energy, it will become an organized brain. And you will become more productive than you have ever been before in your life. So let's do a quick recap of the steps to doing your to-do list. Step number 1, train yourself to keep track. It is important. Keep everything in one place, streamline how impromptu tasks will get on the list, and always have it with you. Step 2, gather your task. Quickly scan your calendar, your emails, your texts, your softwares, and your plans, and make sure all of the items associated with those things are included in your list. Step number 3, review your list daily, focusing on tasks that have yet to be completed. Prioritize them, pick your must-dos, and make sure that you've scheduled your to-dos and the time to get them done in your calendar. Once I began understanding that my list of things to do was going to guide my success and credibility as an entrepreneur, I realized that it's not just a piece of paper or a stack of lists. It's a system. And once I trained myself to master that system, it changed my life and catapulted my income. So again, make the commitment today. Grab that to-do list template in the link below in the comments. Drop me a "What's up, CP" while you're down there, and make sure you come back on Tuesday, because I'm going to dive deep into how to make this to-do list and create the time you need to get this stuff done. So come on back. And they make it really easy for you. Go ahead, push the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and as soon as that video goes live next week, you will get a notification. I hope you guys got something from this. I hope I was able to help you out. And until next time, my love, bye-bye. Mwah. See you soon.